Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite code editors, VS Code. One of the reasons VS Code is so popular is because it's highly customizable with a variety of extensions. Without these, VS Code could be a little basic. So, in this video, we'll be talking about 5 handy extensions to use in VS Code. The first extension in our list is the Docker extension. Docker is great to use in your local dev environment to ensure different team members have similar setups for development and much more that we're not going to get into right now. I've got a Docker container running the script here that does some logging. We can view the container logs like this and see what our script is logging. Or we can easily attach to the container and now see all the files that are in it and make some changes. It makes using your containers much simpler because you don't need to have a look at container IDs and manually run commands. In the side panel, we can also see other information like the mounted volumes and stop the container. On top of all of that, there are quite a few other handy commands you can run, like all of these. Next we have Material Icon Theme. While this doesn't add any particular functionality to VS Code, it definitely makes it more pleasing to look at. If you're spending hours coding, it's worth it to spend a little time making your environment look more aesthetic. Material Icons, as its name suggests, is a plugin that has icons inspired by material design. Based on the name of a file, or its extension, or even the name of a folder, it will display nice to look at icons. So, for our JavaScript file here, we get the JavaScript logo. It also allows for some customization, like changing the icon saturation or opacity, as well as letting you set custom folder or file or language associations. For example, I can change all the JavaScript test files to use the Jest logo. Next up, we have Rainbow CSV. Rainbow CSV provides syntax highlighting for comma-separated files, as well as others like tab-separated or pipe-separated and a few other formats. It also has a few other handy features like aligning the columns or getting rid of leading or trailing whitespace. On top of that, it has a SQL-like query language you can use to query a file. For example, we can write a query to only look at values where the shirt size is small and run it. Now, we only have rows where shirt size is S. Or, we could do a group by to see how much money we have in total for each size of shirt. Being able to run SQL on a CSV without needing a database or having to ingest it into a table is really handy, and it has support for more SQL than we've run here, including doing a join on 2 files. Second last in our list is Bookmarks. In a large project, it can sometimes be difficult to keep track of all of the code being run when debugging something. You may have a long call stack to look through involving lots of different functions. To help with that, Bookmarks lets you bookmark lines of code to allow you to keep track of it easier. It lets you label your bookmarks, view all of them, search for different bookmarks by the code in the line, or by the file, or by the label, even if they're in different projects. It gives you nifty ways to select code between bookmarks to allow for easier refactoring. Here I'm selecting all the code up to the next bookmark, or I can select all the lines with bookmarks on them. On top of that, there's some customizing you can do, like changing the background color of bookmarked lines, or setting a custom image for your bookmarks. Following the thread of making it easier to manage your code, Project Manager helps you easily get to and keep track of different projects you're working on. Rather than needing to open different projects by going through lots of different folders to get to your code, Project Manager lets you add projects through Git, or easily by adding them like this. You can use Project Manager through the sidebar. You can see some projects on the left here, or you can use it through the command palette. You can list your projects to navigate to them quickly, or open them in a new window. It's also compatible with other extensions like Microsoft's Remote Developer extensions and works with VS Code's portable mode to make your environment easier to share with other people. And that brings us to the end of our favorite extensions. Comment down below if there are any extensions you like that we didn't cover in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.